What is light without dark?
Justin, what's up, everyone? Welcome to an early Friday night edition of the Witching Hour. Hope everyone's doing well, having a fan-fucking-tastic night. So we have a guest tonight, and it's not the usual. No offense to JD and Francisco. Love the homies. JD's actually, in California, going to play at PLF this weekend, so that's badass. And Francisco's going live right after this show, so you'll see your was it the 12 days, the fourth or fifth day of Joaba that he's on already. So with no further ado, let's bring on fucking Drewcifer, man. Here we go. What's up, Drewcifer?
Further ado. What's going on, man? How y'all doing tonight? I see a lot of familiar avatars over here on the side, man. What's going on, guys?
Yeah, we seem like to get a lot of the same crowds through these underground metal shows, man.
Oh yeah, a lot of cool folks.
Oh yeah, good support out here in the underground scene. Let's go through. Like we got Frazier, we got Zalima, we got Death Lord of Christ Annihilation, Chaos Goat. I mean, it's just crazy.
The list goes on.
Helen Drew. It's cool of you to come on, man. Thanks for taking the invite to the Witching Hour, bro.
Totally. Sorry to keep you or have you guys here a little earlier than you're used to, but
no, well, it's actually not too bad. I'm gonna run out and do some things afterwards for once.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I kind of throw people off too when I do a live stream and I'm doing them at like 9 in the morning. I think a lot of the YouTube metal crowd is kind of like, oh, dude, I'm working on a hangover, man. What are you doing?
I do. It's not bad for me because I'm just like waking up for starting my work. So
Oh, yeah.
I work from home, which is cool. But it's like, hey, Drewcifer's live, cool. I'll just I got to figure out what to jam out to. I'll just let him jam out while I get my day started. That's fucking
Hell yeah,
awesome.
man.
Nicholas running wild.
Yeah, I had to wear my fucking Unchain the Wolves out of respect because I'm in the lair of the Necro Wolf.
Yeah, the wolf would be very happy to see that shirt right now.
Good.
I don't know what the Necro Wolf is up to. I tried texting him and all I got was a fuck off response. So I guess he's busy.
Yeah,
are in a bad mood. He ain't got any fresh meat lately. Who fucking knows, man? Hangovers are for lightweights. Okay.
Yeah. They do happen though. I kind of hit band practice a little hard last night and hitting the whiskey, and then had to work today. So I was just like, oh man, I'm a little hungover. And then I'm gonna do it tonight. I'm over here drinking fucking Evan Williams. I'm a glutton for punishment, man. Tomorrow's a big day. I got
what's going on?
Well, I actually finally got a weekend off. I don't normally get weekends off. I had to request it, but I got my cousin's getting married, and immediately after that, I'm rushing to the show. My band's opening for DRI here at.
What's your band, man?
Well, this band is like a speed metalish punk band called Infuriator. And yeah, we got the gig. I think we won't know exactly when we go on till we get there, but it's looking like we're going on. Is DRI and Death Wish, American Death Wish, not the fucking UK Death Wish, but yeah, they're touring together and we're on that. So I think badass. Yeah, the way it's looking, it looks like we're gonna go on. We're the last opener, so that'll buy me a little bit of time.
Where's it gonna be? At what
Scout Bar? You ever played? Okay. You ever played Scout here? You ever been to Scout?
I might have played. Was it originally like called Nocturne or something like that, or is that something else?
Yeah, I don't know. You might have to talk to somebody a little more old school than I am, man. I don't know what it was called before, but I've seen a lot of shows there, man. I've seen Overkill. I've seen Nile there twice.
You said Overkill. This dude just got a boner. Overkill.
Oh yeah, Frazier. He'll know. I've met Frazier. He'll know.
He didn't remember last night if he met you, and I said, "Oh yeah, you met Frazier. You tried to flex on him with Flim," and he was like, "What?"
the look on that man's face of just like utter disgust, and I was like, you know what? I respect it. I deserve it.
Yeah, he just heard a friend like through Francisco about a year or so ago. he's flexing, but it's whatever. We love Frazier. Yeah. Frazier maniac.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
Oh, look at that! Cheers from Sweden.
Sweden.
Kastaka. Yeah. How do you say that? Kastaka. He doesn't remember.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, he only remembers, getting autographs from Overkill and James Rivera.
And hanging out with Tom Warrior and
if you're not on that level, he's like,
yeah, forget this guy. Hey, Frazier, were you at the frickin' Merbasadad show? Merbasadad and Tisma, Infestation of Evil, over at the Swan here. Like, what was that last week?
I don't think he went.
I think he would have stood out because there was I think 3 white dudes there, and I was one of them, and I don't remember seeing Frazier there. I think I would have known that.
Yeah, I think I think I remember him saying on a stream he didn't go to that one. That's weird because usually Frazier goes to any show. Oh, no.
No.
Well,
he wasn't.
Aaron must have been one of the other white guys there because Aaron.
There was a couple. There was one guy. One dude recognized me. I was standing over by the bathroom with my wife, and he recognized me from the channel, and he gave me a flyer, but I never caught the guy's name. So I don't know, Cosmos, if that was you, I don't know. I don't know who the guy was, but he recognized me from the channel. So,
oh, cool. Yeah, Aaron also runs Goat Throne Records. So,
oh, cool.
I don't know if you know that or not. Yeah, he put out some of the Pies Levis stuff and a bunch of other stuff, man.
Yeah, that's badass.
Only
I was actually looking. And it's funny because my wife is a Mexican girl, and she was there with me and stuff, and she's the one that first pointed it out. She's like, "Oh wow, this is one of the shows where you're like one of the only white dudes here." I'm like, "Hey man, I'm looking around. I see Merciful Fate back patches and all kinds of badass metal shit. I'm like, I'm at home here. I don't give a fuck. It's all good with me."
I'm from San Antonio. that doesn't even register to me anymore. Like,
Yeah, for real.
if I'm the only white dude in the room, I mean, this is what it is.
Yeah, well, good,
Here's
man.
a question from I like to call him Skullface, but it's Dylan. Did you really attend Never Surrender Fest? And if you don't get a photo with Nocturnal Grave Desecrator and Black Winds, kind of what? Did you Never Surrender Fest?
Was that for me? I thought that was for
Yeah.
you. Oh
No, I
no,
think it's for you.
oh no, that'd be badass though. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Nocturnal Grave Desecrator and Black Winds. No,
I was
that
just
wasn't me.
on Facebook a minute ago, and Jeff from Trenchant and Imprecation, he just posted a fucking great picture of him and the Blasphemy guys.
Oh, badass.
Backstage. I was like, oh.
Wait, so where was that at?
That's the Never Surrender Fest, and they're playing in Berlin now.
I about to say, because those dudes they can't even get into the US, right? The Blasphemy
he was in he's in Imprecation, so he's in Berlin right now playing with them. Oh no, that's for everyone. Okay.
Oh,
I didn't follow the joke.
Yeah, no, sorry, it's all good. That was just oddly specific for a question for me. I'm like, nah, I've never been to Berlin.
Oh, that's what made you think of it, the Jeff picture?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you read it and then you paused like that was a question for me, and I'm like, dude, what? I have no fucking.
I don't know.
I couldn't afford to go to goddamn
question. From Fraser wants to know: have you been to the Sound Exchange?
Oh, how many times? Yes, I have a couple of albums in Sound Exchange. Those dudes are really cool, man. Great fucking selection. I would say like hands down the best around Houston. I bought all kinds of shit. Not most. I would say the majority of the shit that I show off on my channel is probably from either Hell's Headbangers that I order through, or if I find it on Discogs or eBay or something. But I mean, there's another huge chunk of the shit that I show off that I go ahead and buy, and it's just from Sound Exchange. Anytime you hear in a video of mine, if you hear me talk about the local record store, 90% chance
Sound Exchange.
Yeah, like 90% chance.
Yeah, when Fraser used to do he'd go live there on Fridays sometime, or Francisco would show like just in the store, like, man, their stock rules is just like, it's cool to have a metal store that's like, well, I can't say they're a metal store, but to have a big metal selection. We got Hogwild here in San Antonio is big, but it seems like Sound Exchange really like gets more underground stuff, in their store, which is really cool.
Yeah. That's what always had me wondering kind of who is in charge of getting the shit in to stock it, because the dudes that work there, I don't remember their names. I would know them if I bumped into them. But just those guys, they don't strike me as like the guys that are keeping like the fucking Conqueror albums on the shelf. So I'm like, who's kind of like queuing them in to like what to get? Because they have a badass selection. I mean, just all kinds of obscure shit, and they're really cool with like local shit. Like I've just been in there with the bands that I do. Just be like, hey, can we put this in? And they're like, you're from Houston? I'm like, yeah. They're like, okay, here you go. Like, how much you want to like charge for it? And they'll like have a whole section just for local bands. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's cool when you still got a shop, and I guess you can say it's a mom and pop shop because it's locally, owned. Hogwild here in San Antonio is still like that too, and they do have a little local like scene area, so that's always cool that you can go into the shop and find a local band you're looking for.
Yeah, super cool.
Most of the rare demos come from Austin Sound Exchange on Godly Loop when it was open. Well, most of my rare. Sorry, read that wrong, Tommy. I didn't know they had an Austin location, but damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Okay. Yeah, everyone, by the way, there's a in the subscription to the video, there's a link to Drewcifer's channel. So just click on that and go subscribe.
Yeah, you might like it.
Get into Drewcifer Legions, because I actually like that you do a lot of reviews and you post them like around 9 or so in the morning Texas time. Usually, that's when they air. So some of the things in there I got on a list that I need to check out. So,
oh, cool, very cool.
I'm always I'm hearing people that people that you kind of know who get it review stuff, because they're like, okay, cool, if he likes it, it's probably not gonna suck. It's gonna be some good stuff.
Yeah, but that is 100% the same way. Like when I like watch your streams and stuff, and you do them pretty regular. I'm like, dude, every time I walk away from a stream, I'm like, I have like a list of like bands that I need to fucking check out. It's just like real cool shit, and it's just kind of, it's one thing that's like really cool about all this stuff is just how everybody kind of is like not really feeding off of each other, but like, man, I'll catch cool shit. Like I'll listen to Morton Red talk about like his old fucking cassette decks or something, and I'm like, oh, that sounds badass. I'll check it out. And yeah, I mean, I'm the same way with your stream here, dude. I gotta say, I'm a big fan. Most content on YouTube I don't actually watch. So most of your like even your streams, I don't watch them. I listen to them. Like if I can't catch
like
it live,
if you're working or something. And
yeah, dude. I like
have it in.
I just put like one earbud in and like I'll just like load up a playlist of shit I want to hear, like for Morton Red or fucking J Dog from Hell's Headbangers or whatever. I'll just like load up a playlist and like through the day at work, I'll just listen to full albums and then like, yeah, I want to hear somebody talk, and then I'll throw in one of these guys. So yeah, I don't watch a lot of videos. I listen.
I actually, my work screen is over here. So when I'm working, I'm not necessarily like a lot of videos. I'm not watching them, like I'll look over, like, oh, yeah, cool. But I'm working, so yeah, it's a great way to get through the workday too, these podcasts. But it's cool when people play the videos or not, play the jams too, because you actually hear the band, I like that too. I like that you're doing that. Okay, here's a question from Disgustor. Drewcifer, do you like Anvil? Because Francisco doesn't. We were giving him a hard time last night because Francisco does not like Anvil.
I mean, I can't say I'm like a huge fan or anything, but I would know it if I heard it. I mean, just some of like the old school classic shit. And I remember when
that's what I mean. It's not like I don't have every damn Anvil record, but there's some songs here and there that I'm like, yeah, that's a ripper. They got some rippers.
Some cooler like older stuff. Now if it was like anything new, I got to be honest,
I wouldn't know. Same here, I wouldn't have a clue. But if you're talking metal on metal or some stuff like that,
yeah, some of that shit like 666 and
March of the Crabs, Motor Mount, which Disgustor wanted to hear last night. But we're not talking about Anvil. They're on VH1. They got plenty of promotion. You're right. Like
that's hilarious though, because I know like that documentary. I remember when that came out, and it was like, oh man, are like all these is like Anvil gonna like take off, and then like the last thing I heard is like they were playing at one of these spots over here, and it was like a real small place. I was like, oh, I guess that didn't really take off too much.
It was it was
I mean, not
they had their moment. They got
their and again, like not talking shit or anything like that. It's just like, oh, like after that documentary came out, everybody all of a sudden was like, dude, fucking Anvil didn't get the respect they deserve. And it's like, yeah, it kind of seems like not, I mean, from my standpoint, it seems like not a whole lot changed on that front. Not knocking them or anything, not talking no shit. I'm just okay.
No, they had 15 minutes of like real super popular, everybody talking about them opening for Metallica or something, or AC/DC. They got that.
Yeah, that's it. Doing those big fests in the early 80s and shit.
Who knows, man? We got JRR Token in here. What's up, JRR Token? He's saying, what's up to everyone? Hells.
Yeah, that's a name I recognize.
Has anyone been to the NWN store in Austin? Is it cool? You did a whole video about it, didn't you?
I did. I showed up, and it is it's probably out. Man, I'm trying to remember. You've been there?
It's out by Lake Travis in Austin, basically.
Yeah. You have to. It's like if you're in the middle of Austin, it's I think like 30 minutes to the west.
But traffic,
it's kind of like it's kind of like out where you would not expect a place like that to be. But as soon as you walk inside, dude, it's like a metal collector's wet dream when you walk in there, dude. Everything is like so fucking cool. All those vinyls around the ceiling, dude, are badass.
I haven't talked about this much, but I sold my whole vinyl collection to Yasuki. So
damn,
there was some of that stuff you see on the wall. Some of it might have been mine because I had some good shit, but I needed to pay some things, and do what you got to do.
Dude,
I still got CDs though.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. I would imagine from you've been in this shit for a long time,
early 80s.
Okay, so I'm just putting that a frame of reference. I was born in 87, so
yeah,
I know you must have a lot of like real cool shit like being immersed in the scene at that time is like,
oh yeah, the explosion of like thrash metal and black metal, death metal, and all that.
Yeah,
I think
just like being there for all of it. That's awesome.
I had some cool key records. I did have Yellow Goat Bathory. That's the one he was like wanting to get his hands on the most. You know, I get it. You know,
that is hilarious because I saw that in his like showcase. That wasn't on the wall. I don't know if it was yours, but there was like an.
I think he's told me when I sold it. You know, the collection told me that might be the second or third one he has now of the Yellow Goat.
Damn,
and we were laughing. We were laughing because we were saying like in the early 90s. To like mid 90s, you could find those in dollar bins.
Oh my god, that's
and
crazy.
I laughed and I told him, I go, actually, dude, I used to have one before this, and I sold it way a long time ago, and I found this one in a half buy bin for like something like $5 or something like that. In the mid 90s, I said, oh well, I can replace it now. $5. I actually got it cheaper than I paid for the original one back in '84.
That is hilarious, dude. I wonder what those like. What do those even go for now? Like online?
Depending, I think the average is probably like $2,000 for average, and then up and down from there depending on quality. You know,
that's crazy. That shit outpaced gold. Fucking Yellow Goat Bathory.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, vinyl now is just. I mean, I like it, but I'm kind of with Fraser. It's just out of control what they want to charge. You know, for vinyl.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like, new releases $30. Like what? Who can afford this? 2 records gonna cost you $60.
There's that, and there's also with cassettes. And I know you probably because you've been through the whole era of like cassettes and stuff. Like when I was first getting into music on my own, cassettes were like on their way out. They were kind of like declining.
Yeah.
So if you found if you found the CD of an album and it would be like, I don't know, $10-12. But if you wanted to find the cassette version, it would be like $5. Yeah, it'd be like way cheaper. But now like there's this resurgence of cassettes. Like the cassettes are only like $1 or something cheaper than the CD. So
it used to be like, well, I ain't got the money for the CD or the record. I'll buy the cassette,
And that was me in high school, dude. I'm telling you, man, I would still make like mixtapes, and like MP3s were kind of just coming out at the time. But most of those players were fucking expensive, and I was like, dude, I would still mix everything down to a cassette, and I was sitting like detention or whatever, and just fucking lean on my desk with like a broken earphone coming up to my ear and just like jam tunes and make my own mixtapes and shit. But I could get cassettes for so cheap. But now, like I look. Cassettes have this resurgence and they're like $1 or $2 cheaper than the CD. And I'm like, well, I'll just buy the fucking CD then.
Yeah, I was talking to Aaron from Go Throne. Like his label, I guess, you could say was mainly started with cassette releases, right? And I thought, like cassettes would be cheaper. And he's like, he told me, and correct me if I'm wrong, Aaron, but you told me like, no, it's actually costing more to produce cassettes too. So that's probably why they're going up.
Yeah.
I'm sure
that makes sense.
You answered this question already, but Fraser got, his nose always up J-Dog's ass. So he wants to know, do you watch J-Dog?
Well, again, I listen to J-Dog more than anything. I catch most of his stuff. I can't say I catch everything, but I do try because it's like such a consistent thing. I can guarantee like a lot of times like my morning shifts at work start at 5. So if I'm there at like 5 a.m., I know he's got a video 5 a.m. every day. So it's just
you got to give the J-Dog, like he is consistent every day. He's there.
Yeah, and he is fucking hilarious. And the funny thing for him that bitch about he does like the paid order questions, and other people bitch about that. The funny thing is, dude, J-Dog, he doesn't even know me from fucking anything, but that dude has already answered like 5 or 6 of my questions.
Oh, really?
Because I already like order from Hell's pretty regular.
Sure.
So I'm like, I'll get down and I'm not even thinking about it at the time. I don't have like a pre-planned question, but it gets down to like the comment box whenever I'm ordering. And I'm like, fuck, what's something? It'd be like, Sodom or Hellhammer. I'll just like type it in. And then, dude, seriously, I have like a 90% success rate. So if you guys want to answer him to answer some of your questions, man, I would say just go buy some shit off your order. Yeah, it's worked for me. I mean, fuck that dude. I'm still like blown away every time I hear my name mentioned, and I'm just like, oh god, that was another one that got through.
I never like did much. I did, and this one cracked them up, and it's old, but I put it on one of the comments goes, what's the worst type of poser, you know? And I said like glamours, tryhards, or Frasier. And he was like, he laughed, you know, when he read it, and he was like, Frasier, what's a Frasier?
What's up? I think I remember that one.
Yeah,
That's
and I was like
hilarious.
laughing. I'm like, oh shit, he actually read that shit. Frasier got called out by J Dog.
Oh,
Frasier's
that's
like,
hilarious,
I'm no
man.
poser, damn it.
Yeah, well, he's that dude he's very entertaining.
Oh
So,
yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
it's totally worth watching or listening at least to that dude shit.
totally made for social media or YouTube or whatever. It's great. Teddy Tommy says that's fucking cool, dude, that you're gonna open for DRI.
Yeah. I'm not even like one of these guys that's like a DRI nut. I mean, to me, I mean, there's like a million bands I would take over that in terms of just like what I would listen to, but it's one of those bands that you just respect the hell out of. Whether I'm like, you know, blasting, dealing with it, or fucking crossover or thrash zone or any of that, it's just like, fuck, that's awesome. So yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean, you got DRI's and other ones that's been, you know, playing forever, and you know, they just know what the hell they're doing,
and they're from here, which is really cool.
They're originally from Houston, Texas. I was surprised a lot of people didn't know when I brought it up that you are based out of the Houston, Texas area, correct? That's where you're from. Yeah,
born and raised over, not in like within city limits, but I'm just like right outside, man. I've got to go to Houston to do all kinds of shit. So yeah,
well,
definitely would say I'm from the Houston area more than anything.
Yeah, Houston is just ridiculously giant. I mean,
yeah, I think that's another thing a lot of people don't really get, because I can drive for like 2 hours and still be in Houston.
So,
yeah, Houston is just it's a massive fucking city.
Like you don't really notice unless you come in like when we play shows in New Orleans, we gotta go through Houston. And once you know, you gotta come in from the extreme. What would that be? The west side of Houston to the extreme east side of Houston. It takes forever to get through that shit, man.
Yeah, it does. Like once you hit like all the times, like I've gone. That last trip we went on was to Austin, and I mean, for us, I always look at Austin and San Antonio, or like those are the two that are the closest together. But like if you're coming back through, once you hit Katy, to get from Katy, and I live on like a further
I know
east
exactly
side
what you're talking.
Yeah, so I live like further on like the east side of Houston. So it's like from Katy to where I live is still, you're already in Houston, and that's, especially with traffic, dude, that could easily be a couple of hours.
I even consider Beaumont part of Houston too. It might as well be, because it's just so damn close to it. That's another part, you know, you just have to get through out of Houston.
Yeah, I guess I would say I'm kind of like halfway between like downtown Houston and Beaumont. I'm kind of around in that area.
That little area. All right, I'm just going through some, trying to keep the chat. It is flying, bro. Let's see if I can. I'm not gonna be able to highlight everyone's messages tonight. Oh yeah, Tony did visit Eastern Front, right? That's what it's really called, the Eastern Front store.
Yeah. Eastern Front.
If you watch my an old video on my channel where I interviewed Tony, that's basically how. Did you see? That's how they got signed.
I'm damn. I missed that. The interview I thought was great.
He went to the store, and I think he said, you know, gave him some whatever, you know, some music advance or something. I don't remember exactly, you know, what he said, but gave him music of Trench, and maybe it was new stuff. I don't remember for sure, but anyway, he said he got a message driving back from Houston. I mean, Austin, going back. I think he lives in Midland or in that area in Texas, you know, West Texas up there. And he was like, "Oh," and dude basically was asking, "Well, what do you want to do with this? You know, what are your plans?" And he was like, "Holy shit!" No, it's just from a visit to the store, man. So that's cool.
Dude,
never know.
Yeah, that band's fucking great. I'm trying to remember if I found them and then I found you had an interview, or if that interview that you did is what like turned me on to them. But I like immediately once I found them, I went out and I bought their demo, and then now I have ordered Hatred Prayer, but it's not here yet. I'm waiting for it to come in.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that album,
that's great.
Great.
Yeah, their full length is fucking really good.
And he blew my mind when he told me, this is being nerding out, but when he told me that they only dropped down to E flat. I'm like,
you're shitting me.
I'm like, you sound that fucking heavy on E flat? That's fucking badass, man.
Yeah, dude. I had no idea.
Yeah,
damn, I need to go rewatch that interview. I missed too much.
Yeah, I was like, E flat? I thought you guys were like, something like D or something or lower, no.
Yeah, like at least, dude, only half a step down. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. It means he knows how to write a riff.
Yeah. Damn.
Okay, so Zalima says she only gets cassettes when she really loves the band or CDs aren't available.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could see that. Again, if it was like it used to be where it was that much cheaper, then I would be cassettes.
Do you remember that? You could buy all 3 formats and it still wouldn't cost you an arm and a leg to do that. Now it's like, God damn.
Yeah.
I haven't unfortunately seen Irby J Dog video and listen at work.
Yeah.
Hey, I watch them every morning too, man. I put them on
when
I check them out. And sometimes this ain't metal talk at all, but I watch my sports shows, and when they start getting boring, I'll start watching the videos. I go back and forth, and before I know it, fucking it's already lunchtime. Like,
yeah, there you go.
Hey, do you know what? Me and Francisco. Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say we sung bingo, but that's Benji. What's up, Francisco? Francisco is going to go live at 9ish. He said he'll go after our show. So I figured we'd go for about an hour or so,
Yeah. Whatever you want to do, man. That sounds good to me.
Well, let's talk about this, because let me cue this up. I'm going to play it first, and then we'll come back and talk about it, because I thought this was pretty fucking cool, that what you did. Let me just get into my downloads here. Hopefully I got the right shit queued up. Yeah, this is it. I'm going to play this, and then we'll come back. This is something that you did and you wrote. It was pretty cool, I thought, and then how it all came together. And I know you explained it on the video, but we'll talk about it. Let's just do it.
Cool.
Give it a second. All right. That was fucking cool. Oh.
Yeah. That sounded even better listening to it like this than the one earbud at work, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
So that was obviously original track that you wrote.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember watching the video, and then you said, hey, if anybody wants to throw some vocals over, just let me know. And take the story away from there, dude.
It was, man, I was thinking about that today, because I actually listened to that a couple of times at work today. And I have like the download that Morton had sent. And I want to say when I had first put the call out, I don't know, because I do videos in advance. So I'm like, I want to say I did like that live show, and Morton Red had already was like, oh, dude, I slapped vocals on top of it. So I can't remember like really which came first, but like I wrote that riff, and I just wanted to do something a little bit different. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna make a riff with like a drum program and shit, and I just want to do something. I've listened to all this fucking war metal over the last like 6 months or so, and I'm like, I just want something that fucking crushes.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I want to write something, do it like real small, and just fucking throw that fucker out. And I did, and I don't know if it was a live show or a fucking video, and I just put the call out, and I'm like, dude, anybody who's interested, I'm like, you guys do vocals, you can do all this shit at home nowadays or whatever. I'm like, just throw vocals on it. And Morton Red got a hold of it, and he was like, send me that fucker. I'll throw some shit over it.
Nice.
And then he did.
Came out killer, dude.
dude. And I think some people that heard it were like, well, you know, like all this stuff with like how you mix it or whatever. I'm like, dude, really? Like what he sent me was not like, he didn't send me his vocal track and then I went in my programs and like mixed it in. It's like he took what I had.
I saw some of them nerd comments on there, like, dude,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the hell, man?
All he did was like he took the
Put
thing that I
vocals
already
over
had,
everything. Yeah.
that I already had sent, and then he was just like he just slammed vocals over it, sent it back. I put it in and just like shot it up. So it's as far as it being thought out, none of that. Even like my riff and drum programming and shit, I've got to where I've been doing this for like so long. I have like full albums worth of shit that I've never even like put up, like Doom stuff or whatever. But I pretty much do all that kind of shit within like 2 hours. I'll come up with riffs. I'll program drums. I'll just record it. And like, let's have fun.
I'm gonna, you know, go on a bitching hour thing here. I mean, that shit is just done for like fun, to throw it out there, just let people, hey, this is something I just worked on. If you want to check out, you know, cool. And then like you said, it wasn't like a studio produced track meant to be, you know, sold and released everywhere. Morden just took all the music that you sent them the whole damn, you know, mix that you had, and he just put vocals over it.
Right.
And I saw those comment like that, dude, like, oh, well, you didn't, you know, you need to turn the bass down. And I'm like, are you a fucking retard, bro? Like, what? Why are you complaining about this shit?
Yeah. Well,
in context, you know, put the shit in context of why it was done. And you're like acting like he was asking you to pay like $5 to listen to it or something. It's like,
right.
Dude, some of the stuff I see on the internet, I don't even know how people get through the day, man. Like,
oh, dude, it can be nuts. And the thing is, I will say that was like one guy out of everybody else just being like, badass, you know, based, that was great or whatever. Then there's like that one guy, and then later he apologized for it. He's like, well, I didn't mean to come off as an asshole. It's like, come on, dude, you knew what you were
doing. Yeah, well, you got piled on by everybody telling you what a stupid asshole-ish thing to say on a, you know, on something like that. I guess too, like too, I also dwell in the nerd realm, and you know, with my other crews that I do stuff with on this, you know, in the cool table, and I see so much fucking stuff. These nerds, man, they get, back in the 80s, they would have been just decked left and right. They're so safe now, you know, with all the safe spaces, and you know, you can't say nothing to no one because it's mean. And I was like, dude, are you serious? You're saying that shit? Oh man, bring back the 80s now. But it's just annoying, you know. It's like everybody has a stupid opinion on something now, and they can just say what they want with no consequence. And I'm just like, really?
Yeah, that has to be for like again, you know, I'm not calling you old, man. I'm just saying like a more old school guy. That was definitely like an adult pre-internet. Yeah, this has to be like a whole new realm for people like you, because you're like, dude, back in the day, if you talk shit, it was in someone's face and you got your ass kicked. So
yeah,
now everybody hides behind a fucking avatar or whatever, you know.
Yeah, fake, you know, burner accounts and talking shit, and I just, it's not. I mean, I'm gonna, you know, get it too. You know, it happens, but it's just, it's like things that are said on the internet that would never be said in people's faces. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely. And I just feel like, you know, if you're gonna say these things, you should be able to, if you're gonna say it, you should be able to say it in public. And if you can't, then don't say it. That's how, you know, that's how we were, you know, brought up, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
Or, you know, if you were talking shit, it was eventually get back to the person and you're going to have a confrontation. Anyway, keyboard work. That's what it is. There's this keyboard warriors, you know.
Yeah.
What's up, Roy?
Mike? Yeah. Yeah.
Got Roy in the chat.
Yeah, I see Mike over there. Mike V.
Oh, yeah. Mike Violate. When the earliest maniacs around in the chat. Mike fucking rules.
Yeah.
He cool, always loves he loves his bestiality, apparently.
I like a lot of his requests as a.
Oh yeah, he's always oddball stuff, man. But we love Mike, and I laughed when I saw posters on Twink Mold on the front cover of the recent Decibel magazine. Oh yeah, Tomb Mold guys.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Whatever. I mean,
yeah. Do your thing, man. I just
well, not only that, it's like it's Decibel, you know.
It's kind of you come to expect it.
It's funny, yeah, everybody calls it like underground because we all know if it's on decibel, it's probably not really that underground, but
Yeah.
Hey, call pink panty wearing canoes and all that stuff. I don't care either way. I'm gonna laugh if they get called out, or if not, Death Metal Podcast, and we got Justin. Justin's another regular. I wonder where where's MP? Justin, is he already passed out already? What's
you
going
go track
on?
Him down, God damn it! I feel insulted that he's not here.
Yeah, we like MP. Where are you, bro? He's probably listening to some Slayer. Gotta go with some Slayer. I'm sure he forgot to turn on his notifications or something.
What is he? Is he celebrating the 40th anniversary of Show No Mercy?
Maybe he is. Maybe he is.
Fucking alcohol drug coma, blasting
the twink mold. So, what's your feelings on like? Let's just get this out of the way. Bashing posers and poserisms, and
I mean, I don't know, man. I just kind of just see it as like it's fun. It kind of goes with the territory, and,
for sure.
And I also see it as like any kind of what would you call this? Almost like people that are into like the kind of metal that we're into. Like, what else would you expect from all of us that are into that? You're like, well, wait a minute, this guy. He doesn't know this, or he doesn't know that, or he can't name me 3 songs off of this. Dude, there's plenty of shit that I don't know. I mean, there's so many fucking bands out there. Like, god damn, you're not gonna know everything.
That's why I think the big difference is now, like and the 80s, you could know almost a lot of the underground stuff in the 80s because it just wasn't that much of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was all fresh, all new, right?
Yeah, there weren't a million bands. Like now, there's a lot more fucking bands, playing extreme music than there was in the 80s underground. So, if you were a tape trader in the 80s, you were pretty much hearing like the most extreme stuff. And now, it just comes from everywhere. So there is no one person who could be, Mr. Know-It-All on, the underground anymore. Because there's just, unless you're like fucking some rich billionaire, just buy every CD the moment it comes out and have the time to listen to it.
But it's also a way that, like, for metal fans, we kind of rib each other, because as soon as you find out your buddy who's into like 99% of the same shit you are, but he hasn't heard of that one thing, you're like, oh, this fucking poser.
What a poser. You haven't heard this yet? Where you been, poser? Yeah, pretty sure. As we all get that poser alert on us every once in a while.
Yeah, we're all guilty.
Let me go live. Make a YouTube channel, Mike.
Dude, that would be entertaining as fuck. Let me go live. That would be entertaining as fuck to see Mike. I have just from your request, Mike. He's an hilarious guy, man. I try to pin down like what kind of drugs do I think Mike takes. Like when he sends some of these requests, I'm like, he's not. I don't think he's just an occasional beer type of guy.
Yeah, he might be dipping into some other things there. Who knows? What else? I only like Slipknot because I have a clown fetish. See, there you go. That's from Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, Comos, is your sale still going on Goat Throne? It was through tonight, right? I think he's doing 20% off everything at Goat Throne Records. Nice. If anybody, let me know or put it in the chat if you still have a sale going on, or was that last week? Because Necron's the worst at keeping up with current knowledge. Like, dude, that was last week. Oh, it's going through Sunday. So anybody watching, you want to get some good stuff from Texas scene or just anywhere really, go over to GoatThroneRecords.com.
I will tell you what, I was cruising the website the other day, loading shit into the cart. So now that I know that I have till Sunday, dude, there's a lot of good shit on there, man. A lot of really good shit.
I'll be sometimes Aaron will surprise you with some of the stuff in this distro. Like, wow, he got that. Fuck, gotta get it now because it ain't gonna be there long. Meth and Hookers. Where'd it go? Come on, Meth and Hookers. Yeah. I know Necrowolf likes doing that too.
Meth, heroin, and hookers. Jesus.
Yeah, meth, heroin, hookers, and
I
Eastern front black metal. What do you see?
Oh, sorry. That last guy, Daniel Lynch, Triple Threat.
Uh-huh.
I was looking at the Avatar and I saw a Destroyer 666 poster back there.
Oh, let me put that back.
It's one of mine. I think that was the Phoenix Rising.
With my own.
It is. That is Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, that's that.
God damn, am I a fucking Destroyer nerd or what?
That's the Hell's Edition, right?
Yeah,
with
that's
the posters and all that.
Yeah, the reissue. Sorry about that, man.
Oh, no worries.
No, I'm just like I totally didn't notice the guy. I just like see a fucking Destroyer poster.
Destroyer poster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a freaking. I still am. I'm not super big into the new album, and I thought it didn't have enough blast beats. Gotta have some blast beats, but all the early Destroyer stuff, I was like possessed by it. Like if you listen to like Hod riffs and all that, there's so much inspired Destroyer riffing going on in there. It's crazy.
For you being like, you know, into this shit since like the early 80s, like when did Destroyer 666 come on your radar?
On Violence is the Princess of this world.
Damn. So like that early. Yeah. That's badass.
Yeah. But I mean, I got into it pretty much right before Unchained came out. I'm not gonna say I was like day one or anything. See, this was really hardcore corpse molestation only.
Okay. The pre-bestial
warlust. You like some bestial warlust at least, Roy, or is it only corpse molestation only? But then I actually wrote to KK when not Violence, Unchained, and sent him a Thornspawn CD, and he wrote back and sent me a Destroyer patch and a cool message. You know, I don't know exactly, but it's saying, yeah, you know, he dug that CD and here's a patch. Dude, so that was way back.
That's a cool story, dude. When they came through, and I saw them in 2016, and they came through, and they were like, it was like, well, they're coming to the U.S., and I'm just like, well, they're never gonna come here. And it's like, well, they're doing 5 days. So I'm like, well, they're definitely not coming here. And then not only was one of them Texas, but one of them was like the east side of Houston. And I was like, dude, you want to talk about the easiest sell on a ticket fucking ever. Like, you know, put the money down, saw them at, for those of you who are from Houston, it's not there anymore. It just recently got tore down during like the COVID era, but Satellite Bar out here in Houston, right next to where Black Magic Social Club is now. And we saw them there, and it's like, dude, it is a tiny bar. It has like a corner stage. And I was like, from me to like 10 feet from like KK War Slut, dude, it was fucking badass. Great show. Everything was awesome. I think
regardless of what the new album, I mean, live, they're always going to kick ass because they got the repertoire of songs to play. And I mean, I still like will go and watch them, like a posted video of them live or whatever. I'm like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I will give you this though, like, for sure, because I have a buddy of mine that's like, oh, that dude Destroyer is like, man, that's probably the best thing they ever did. And I'm like, pump the brakes. That's not the best thing they ever did, dude. It's not even close. But I like it, but it's no any of that early shit, dude. It is no Unchain the Wolves. It's no Phoenix Rising. It's no Cold Steel for an Iron Age. It's not that good, but it's good.
Yeah,
I like it.
That's the top tier, the first like 4, right? And can't go wrong there, man. For 4 or 5. Dork Angel played that place. That's Frazier's band.
Yeah, Dork Angel.
Yeah. Did you ever see Dork Angel live?
Yeah, I when I did meet Frazier, he was wearing his Dork Angel shirt. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Seen him 3 times.
Shit! I didn't know you. The Hod Cardiac tour. It was probably Cardiac. I don't think Hod was on that part of the tour with Destroyer. I know. Thornspawn played with Destroyer at the second Destroying Texas Fest way back when.
Damn.
Carlos Bottom. And then Hod used to always like get on a lot of Destroyer shows back in the day too. So like up in Austin had some good ones with them. And in Houston too. I think we played on White Swan when they came there with them. If I remember correctly. Yeah,
I've played Swan several times, yeah.
It was at the in Austin we played with Destroyer 666 and Enthroned at I'm blanking. The famous club that shut down that used to be in Austin. Emo's on 6th Street. That was a good show. I remember that show.
Hey, that's pretty badass. That Destroyer played Swan that many times. Somebody else just said they saw Destroyer 666 back in 2010 at the Swan. Damn. That's kind of pissed. I missed that because I was definitely into him at that time.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
I'm gonna have to do a plug for myself here. 30 away from 1,000 subs on the, my channel. So if anybody's watching, and they haven't subbed, go ahead and hit that subscription button.
Yeah, shame on you, by the way, if you're watching and you have not subbed. Dude, this channel needs all these fucking underground metal channels. If there was any justice in the goddamn universe, there would be like extra, at least 2 or 3 digits at the end of all of our fucking subscriber counts. Stop listening to pussy shit. Check into the Witching Hour, goddammit.
And the Drewcifer channel too, and Morton Red, and Joe Abba, and Death Metal Podcast, and the list goes on, man.
That's right.
But I think it's cool too that all the more underground YouTubers are kind of like making a network with each other. I think that's
I think that'll help. I think it'll help kind of grow some of this shit, introduce some good fucking tunes into a sea of deathcore.
Everybody says smoke weed too. That's very important. That you smoke your weed too. Oh well, that's very sweet, Azalima. Like your boy streams too. Fucking A, as disgusters say, is here. Hey, you know what, dude? I found an old video on your channel that that you had in your originals called "Cruising the Milky Way."
Oh yeah. That was like a
I want to play that, dude. That was like, it's not war metal.
No, it's not. It's not even metal. It's just kind of like spaced out rocky.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. I haven't listened to that in a long
time.
That
because let's play that. And okay. We played the Morton Red collab, which fucking blew everybody's brains out. So you guys got to at least do like a 7-inch or a split with somebody with Morton Red doing vocals of that project. That'd be fucking sick, dude.
That could be cool.
All right, let me cue this up. This to me, this shows like how you can fucking hit different type of things and styles here. This is an original was this a project or just a jam?
No, I'm telling you, dude, I've got so much shit that I've just written over the years. I mean, dude, 90% of it has never even been, no one's heard it but me. So this has just happened to be one of those I posted like, a few years back.
All right, check this out. This is when y'all want to smoke your weed. Check this out.
Damn.
Hell yeah, dude. Shredding on there.
It's been ages since I've even heard that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, hey man, that's fucking that's a little different, you know. I have that fucking doomy kind of, but the tasty lead in there is what caught my attention. Like, that's a tasty fucking lead, man. That's cool.
Yeah. I like a lot of that shit, dude. I'm a big, like, somebody mentioned Pentagram. I love that early Pentagram shit. Fucking Saint Vitus, obviously Sabbath. Yeah, there's that one. I would say one that would pair real well with that is if you guys want to go back, and this is all shit that's been posted ages ago. Dissolving into Cosmic Ash is another one that I did, and there's like a video for it, but it's like way more just like Planet Caravan, but like a more metal Planet Caravan. If you guys are into that kind of,
yeah, just like trippy, very cool.
Yeah, definitely different. I have like a pretty wide range. I try to, like, I'll get asked sometimes on the channel, like, so are you like a war metal guy? You're like a thrash guy? And I'm just like, dude, I'm just a fucking cool goddamn music guy. It's all over the place, man. Depends on what kind of moods I get in. Because there was a long period
into one type of underground metal. I mean,
I mean, and
I like good bands, not genres. So you can be a good band in any metal genre, and if you're good, I'll probably like it, you know.
And then I'll find myself getting in kicks of, like, you know, like here the last like 6 months or so has just been like fucking bestial, heavy ass slamming fucking war metal. I'm just like all about it. And then I'll get another kick. So there was a while there I got burned out on death metal for a bit because I got burned out on tech death. Oh my god, dude, that shit just like killed my taste in like death.
Oh yeah, I never got into that. I mean, that's just not my thing.
It's a hole you don't want to go down. I remember going to I saw Deicide live at Scout Bar, and Deicide was great. I had no problem with Deicide. It was every opening band was a tech death band, and like the fucking bass players are like sweep tapping, and it sounds like everybody's playing their own separate shit, and I'm just like, all right, dude, I'm kind of out. I'm sitting there in like my Mortician t-shirt, and I'm like, I just want to hear like straight up fucking like heavy shit. I'm like,
I just want to fucking have the heavy jams, not all this wankery. Yeah.
But that's the thing is, like, where's the riff?
As JD says, where's the riff?
Yeah, but that's got to be for you too. You have to have somebody. You're a guitar player, so like you have to know. It's like, at least for me, is that like I look at music from like or at least metal from like a guitar standpoint, and I'm just like, dude, where the fuck is the riff? If there's not a riff, I just get kind of like lost and it's all over the place. So I want to be crushed by a riff. God damn it. That's pretty
you got to be able to lock into a riff. You know, if there's no riff to lock into, there's like what you remember about the song. Yeah, it can be like also like real notey or just total fucking. But after a while, a whole album of that, do you really remember a riff? No, you just remember it being either like super techy and fast or just totally crushing and fast. But I like, you know, you can do all that, but you got to have a riff in there, you know?
Yep, absolutely, man.
No riff, no bueno. Now, let me go back.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah. What was Drewcifer's most exciting metal show memory? Any standouts?
I mean, I like nothing crazy. I mean, for me, I would say one of the most exciting shows I went to is just the fact that I saw Destroyer. That was just cool for me because that was one of those bands, like a lot of these European bands, I'm like, I'm never gonna get to see them. Like but especially that being a band that I fucking loved even at the time. So that one stands out for me. And what really stands out for me is for those of you from Houston, if you remember the Satellite Bar, it's like this tiny little bar, but there's like this whole like back door thing where there's a couple of like benches or whatever. And it was so crazy. Like when like I get there and I'm like buying beer, I'm like buying some Shiners or whatever. Then I'm kind of going around. I'm like, damn, Destroyer's actually going to play here. And like, there's a Whataburger right next door, and you can hear people ordering their food. So it's like, man, well, like, what the hell? It's like a tiny little bar. It's like, but Destroyer deserves better than this, you know? But I go out there, and there is a jet-lagged, hungover KK Warslet just sitting on a bench, like with his arms up on it. And like, it's almost like when people go to see like a lion at the zoo, everybody's just like, wow, there's a lion. But the lion is like, who gives a shit? And like everybody's just kind of standing around on the side, just kind of like, I think we all just had the same thing, like, damn, that's KK Warslet. But he's just like sitting there, just like jet lagged and like hungover, and he just like doesn't want to be bothered. So I don't know. I would probably say that one. I've seen some cool shows, but yeah, I would say that for me.
Destroyer, they're cool, man. When we played with them one time, I think they were, flying around like playing shows every night. And you could tell they weren't able to like take a shower or anything. It's just been constant stuff, and you're like, yeah, they have that road smell on them. Because it's a certain, and if you're in a band, you played some shows and you haven't taken a shower in about 3 or 4 days or more, you know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, because you're sweating your ass off every night.
Yeah, you just stink. There's nothing, way to get around it. You stink, man.
I see Frazier, I'm assuming he was talking about Satellite Bar. He said parking was shitty. You had to park across the street behind like a Long John Silver's or something, and you had to like walk like all the way across to get
I wouldn't complain personally if there was a Whataburger literally next to a club. I'd be like, hell yeah.
That was the other thing, dude. That was the other thing. Okay. I was telling my wife this because we went to that Houston swap meet. The metal swap meet, and we ended up on that same side of town. And then where we stopped, we were going to get some food, me, her, and my daughter. And it's that same Whataburger that was right next door to where Satellite Bar was, but it's tore down now. But Whataburger's there, and I was just telling her the story. I was like, you should have seen it that day, because she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, everybody that like went to the show, we were a little early, so everybody went to Whataburger, and you have never seen more spikes and black clothes and fucking band shirts.
Yeah,
it's like the most metal Whataburger fucking like ever, and I guarantee you those people were like, what the hell is happening?
Probably
all these dude like head to toe black, like everybody was fucking spikes and everything.
Yeah, I remember one time we were on tour, and we were out on the West Coast, and we were coming back, and we played Mesa, Arizona, not Phoenix, Mesa. And lo and behold, dude, there was a Whataburger in the same strip. And this is like before, they started spreading around the country. It was more just a Texas thing. I guess this was when the first ones, I'm assuming, outside the state.
Yeah, I didn't even know they were out there.
Yeah, this was like in 2010,
Damn.
So I was like, oh my God, a Whataburger. I was like, I didn't even tell anyone. I just walked over and ordered
the inner Texan it's like a moth to the fucking
I was like, I couldn't believe I was like eating this, in Phoenix, I was like, oh, this fucking rules.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what is this? Were you at the Swan in April for Dead Congregation?
I was not. No. Back in April? No, where was I in April? No, at April, because it's funny because my wedding anniversary is in April. We spent that watching Wolf Skull and Rancid Vat. You're dude, fucking singer for Hod, right?
Bear.
Was it
Rancid
Vat?
Yeah, he's the singer of Rancid Vat. Yep.
So we saw Rancid Vat.
Oh, I remember that video of you talking about that.
That's right, man. That was on my wedding anniversary.
Oh,
I drug my wife to a Rancid Vat and Wolf Skull show.
I can guarantee, and there is no one else in the fucking metal scene or the world like fucking Bear. That dude is one of a kind, man. He's
I
awesome,
could tell when he took his set list. When he took his set list and just ran it down like his mic stand, like in half, so like you can't even like really even fucking see it. I'm like, okay, we're in for a good show here.
Yeah, he's quite the character. He actually texted me last night, like, this is no typical Bear. He goes, I know you're working tomorrow, but if you can't, meet me at 12:30 at this theater to see Godzilla. And I was like, oh, I can't, but that would have fucking ruled, man. I was like, I would love to see that movie again.
Was that the new one?
Yeah, the new one, the Godzilla -1. Fucking great movie, man.
Is it?
What is this? You going next Saturday to what? What is next Saturday? Aaron? I don't know what next Saturday is to ask them.
I don't either.
But I know this one, we all got metalized blood.
That's right.
Some disaster. Texans. Yep. We had to hit that Whataburger, dude. Or I did. Tasted like a little taste of home in another state is always nice. So there's you want to hear any request before we head out here? Maybe I have it in the chamber. Or do you want to plug anything before we go, dude?
No. I mean, totally. This is your baby, man. I'm just here.
No,
Fucking.
this is your
I'm the
chance
guest.
to plug your channel again. Any bands you're putting? I know you have a war metal band, don't you? That you
Yeah,
like.
I have I have the Iron Casket thing that I just kind of do on my own. Kind of in the same vein of kind of how I did that song you just played, just kind of just doing everything on my own, you know. But I have one that I'm working on. I don't have anything to show or anything, but I'm thinking of doing something that's more like straight up like war metal.
Just
I'm
straight up.
trying to do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
just straight up fucking goddamn noise and chaos and all that shit. But the Iron Casket thing is, I would say, more just like old school death metal with maybe like a blackened edge to it.
Yeah, I listened to that. I couldn't find it. Where's that listed? Is that on YouTube or just on Bandcamp?
What Iron Casket?
Iron Casket, yeah.
Yeah, there was I did like a thing where I don't know, like a bunch of these sites found it, or a bunch of these like YouTube channels found it. I think Metal Inferno. You can, if you search Iron Casket, I don't know, what would you search? Iron Casket band, maybe.
Yeah, let me see. Maybe you can play that.
It definitely pops up because I see that it's posted on these other YouTube channels. I've never posted anything Iron Casket to my channel.
I got you. That's why I could. I was like,
yeah, maybe I ought to do that sometime.
Yeah,
dude, I'm horrible at promoting my own shit, man. I'm fucking
Iron
awful
Death Roams. Is that it?
Yeah, that's the album name.
Maybe that'll pop up here. Yeah, the whole fucking album's here. I just couldn't remember the name of the band. Which song would you want to, if we jam one? Which one we want to hear?
The shortest one would be Corpses as Sandbags.
Oh, 122. Yeah, we
go
a little longer.
Oh, you want to go longer than that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just pick a song, whichever song you want. I'll download it while we keep talking.
Do Gas Mask Trench Attack.
Dude, that's literally the one I was going to click on.
It
just sounds cool.
Yeah. You're a gas mask and you're like, I'm in.
Yeah, Gas Mask Trench Attack. Mm-hmm. But it's not the war metal that everybody's expecting, though. It's more like
it's
right?
Yeah, it's more like just like old school death metal, but the war theme. It's all, the whole album is World War I themed.
Okay.
See how people like this one.
Yeah, it's downloading now. I found it. Back over here.
I see the Death Lord of Christ Annihilation says the posers over at Metal Sucks need to pack their bags and get lost.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Here we go. Metal Sucks. Fuck that place, dude.
Yeah. Isn't that
they were trying to get Hod canceled and drag us into that whole Pantera crap at one time and posted a picture of our band saying we were the crusty band that went to Dimebag's grave and this and that. And we're like, dude, that wasn't us. There's some dude that had a grudge against our drummer that sent them that because we jokingly took a picture of a crappy Dimebag mural. Well, we didn't. I wasn't even in the picture, but some of the guys like pretending flicking off and peeing on it or whatever. And they posted that picture saying this is the band that did that to Dimebag's grave that desecrated it. And the band, what were they called? Nuclear or something? I forgot their name. It was a crusty band. All they did was they put a sticky on his grave that said "fag." That's not really like hardcore desecration, you know. I mean,
yeah, but dude, that is actually hilarious that you mentioned that, because my intro to like knowing Hod was that story.
I think there was a lot of people's intro to learning
from all those years ago. That was my intro, and it was just like, oh, those are the guys that pissed on Dime's grave. No, I actually, you know what? I actually kind of.
But it's funny.
Yeah, no,
we never even know. We don't even know where his damn grave is, man. That's funny.
Yeah, dude,
we were getting like death threats, and like they were threatening like guys, girlfriends, and wives. You know, it was.
I don't doubt it.
People are crazy.
Damn, dude. Yeah, I remember when all that shit was like going on, and everybody was like, hey, "Fuck these guys! If I ever find these guys, let me tell you."
Oh yeah, and we literally had to go play shows like not too soon after that, so we were always like, just in case. I think the worst we ever got was some mean mugs from people.
Oh well, that's good.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's hard. I mean, you know, these Pantera fans, they don't fucking listen to underground metal. They ain't gonna go to a hard show in the bands we play with. Without even fucking. So all these people that say they dislike Pantera, I actually have a real goddamn reason, and it's more the fans than even the band for me. So
yeah,
don't give me that. I really have a fucking reason to despise all that shit.
Yeah. I hear you on that. I think they can
walk on.
That's they can walk on home, boy. Yeah, because I mean, I like Pantera. Pantera was like a gateway early on.
Okay, I'm gonna take you off the show. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, there I go.
Backstage gig.
Only power metal and before.
Yeah. That's the funny thing, because I'll admit it too. There's a couple songs on power metal I actually like. You know, even though they look like total posers on the cover, it's probably their heaviest album. And go on over to Joaba after this, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course, Fraser likes Pantera. What a shock! All right, let's play this Gas Mask Trench Attack, and then we'll come back, wrap it up, and go watch Joaba after this, because he's gonna have a killer show on his channel. All right, let's play the jam here. There you go, some Iron Casting, another project from the Drewcifer. That's fucking cool, dude.
Appreciate it.
I enjoyed that. As usual, tasty solos. So I think we pretty much covered some stuff. I definitely want to do another collab, dude, in the future, because this was a fucking easy show to get through, man. Easy collab,
man. Same here.
Yeah. So yeah, you all need to go over, subscribe to Drewcifer's channel if you haven't. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, for fuck's sake. And I think Joe Abba is starting his show soon. If you want to get some more metal, go over to Francisco's channel and watch some Joe Abba.
And this is the fifth day of Christmas, or fifth
day of Joe Abba. Fifth day of Joe Abba. Yeah,
Joe Abba. There you go.
And you know, just to let me clear something, I really don't give a fuck. Anybody likes Pantera. It's just I have my own personal thing, you know. So I just want to put that out there. If you like Pantera, I don't fucking care, you know.
It's all good.
Andrew, man. You're late. We're getting ready to split. Watch the replay.
Perfect timing, bro. He's used to that normal fucking time.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know, a 1 hour witching hour too is like blowing everybody's mind. Do you order Stygian Black from Stygian Black hand Drewcifer? Do you know what that means?
Yes, I do.
Are you into that band?
Well, that's the label over there, Stygian Black Hand. And by the way, I'm still waiting on my Black Friday order from those guys. Oh, it's taking them a long time, but dude, I will say one thing in their defense: their Black Friday deal was like 30% off, so I have like 6 albums coming from them.
Oh, but they probably had a lot of things to ship then.
Oh yeah, probably. That's I'm giving them some leeway.
I did that. This is a good question. Finish your comment. I want to.
No. Yeah, go ahead. That was my ending on.
Okay. What type of drum program did you use for that project? Because the drums sound good on your projects. What is the drum?
Dude, you guys are probably going to laugh because there's all these badass projects. I use Acoustica Beatcraft, which is from like 2004. That's the one I've used since I like got into music. But
no shit.
You can add your own presets. So you can go in and
add your own kicks and your own snare sounds. Is that what you mean?
You can change all that up. You can make your shit sound way better than me. I'm telling you, dude. Like when it comes to drums, I'm just like, what would sound cool? I try to make it where like I can imagine a good drummer being able to play it, but I'm not a drummer, so I'm like, I'm sure they could pull this off. But I'm sure if you go talk to some drummer, they're like, dude, yeah, no, you're not going to pull that off. But I don't know. That for me, I'm like, I go with like what sounds cool. And actually, when I send shit to my bands, I'm like, I program it and I do all the riffs and everything, and I sit on this and like, here you go. And our drummers do like their own version of it, which is usually not.
You give them like the main ideal and they kind of build around that, or deviate and go crazy, totally different, or
pretty much like for Infuriator, the band that I'm in that's opening tomorrow at that show. It's like I do like my version, but our drummer is way more of like an old school like D-beat punk drummer. So he's like, well, I'm like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, okay, cool. So that kind of helps the sound where it isn't just like fully me. Because if it was me, it would be like way more like double bass and like straight up.
Gotcha.
Metal. Yeah. Theirs is more like
doing that D-beat.
Yeah.
I had the hardest time with metal drummers who never did the D-beat, trying to teach, tell them how to do the D-beat. And it seemed like it is, because it's not, I guess, in the how can I word this? It's metal drummers are more precise, right? Where the D beat is real loose, right? It's a loose fucking drum beat,
almost sloppy.
Yeah, almost sloppy on purpose. And I think that's what will throw off the metal drummers. And our drummer in Hod, Dell, who was in the end, he's never really quite got it. I'm sorry, Dell, I'm calling you out on damn internet. He did good, but Dennis fucking struggled at first, but then he became the master of a D beat, man. He was kicking ass on it. So shout out to Dennis. All right, dude. I think we are done, man. We got everything in. I played some of your jams and cool conversation.
Appreciate that. Even digging up the old shit. Hell
yeah. I was like,
I can listen to some of that.
Kind of. You got keep your way on your toes. Throw out something they weren't expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, bro, he's my Dennis, not your Dennis Frazier. Just thought I'd let you know that.
you don't my Dennis.
Yeah, you don't my Dennis. That's all. I think I know what he's trying to convey in his message. All right, thanks, Drew. Fucking cool show, man.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, man. We'll do some more. Maybe I'll pop up on your channel one day. I'll return the favor.
That'd be sweet.
Love
to have you over there.
get these banners and everything in order. All right, everyone, go over to Francisco's channel now, jamming out all badass, and enjoy the 5th day, I believe, of Joaba. All right, else later. Oops.
What is light without dark?